It was a pitch-dark night. The sky was covered with black clouds and the moon had disappeared. An old car was moving on a deserted road. Inside were four friends, Ahmed, Saad, Fahad, and Rehan. Saad nervously said, "Man, where is this road even going? I don't see a single house or village." Rehan laughed. "Don't be such a coward. The adventure has just started. This night will be unforgettable." Suddenly, the car came to a halt with a jerk. Fahad angrily said, "Oh, no, the fuel is finished." The four friends stepped out. The air around them was strangely cold, as if the temperature had suddenly dropped. At some distance in the darkness, they spotted an old mansion. Ahmed said, "Look there. Maybe we can spend the night inside." They walked toward the mansion. Its walls were covered with thick vines and thorns. The windows were broken, and the front door was hanging half open. It looked abandoned for years. Rehan joked, "Wow, straight out of a horror movie scene." As soon as they entered, a freezing wind welcomed them. So cold it pierced through their bones. Old portraits hung on the walls. In the dark, their eyes seemed to flicker as if alive. Suddenly, the door behind them slammed shut with a loud bang. All of them jumped in shock. Saad stammered, "What was that?" Rehan forced a laugh. "Just the wind, man. Just the wind." They entered another room. On the floor, dark bloodstains were spread across the old wooden planks. In the corner, a rocking chair started moving on its own. Ahmed began sweating. "This isn't a joke. Something is in here." The night went deeper. The friends started disappearing one by one. First, Saad's scream echoed, then silence. Soon after, Fahad too vanished into the darkness. Rehan and Ahmed ran through the mansion searching but found nothing. Then, suddenly, Rehan was gone as well. Now, only Ahmed was left alone. He opened the door to the basement. Inside was pitch black. With trembling hands, he turned on his flashlight. The beam of light fell upon a terrifying shadow, standing still, laughing. The shadow stepped closer and whispered, "This place is not for the living. Why have you come here?" Ahmed tried to step back, but the basement door slammed shut on its own. Chains hanging from the walls began rattling violently, and then the shadow vanished. Only the echoes of screams remained. Ahmed found an old diary soaked in blood. On the first page it read, "This mansion belonged to the man the villagers burned alive, but his soul never died." Suddenly, the pages of the diary started flipping on their own. Each page revealed horrifying details of that night of murder. Ahmed felt a cold breath right at the back of his neck. From upstairs, heavy footsteps echoed. It sounded like something being dragged across the floor. He rushed up and saw his three friends chained to the walls. Their eyes were completely white, lifeless and pale. Together, in one voice, they said, "You should never have come here." Ahmed now had only two choices: run and try to escape the mansion, or die at the hands of the shadow. He gathered all his strength, forced the door open, and ran into the dark night. He dashed into the forest, heart pounding, but suddenly, behind a tree, he saw it, the same shadow. This time, it wasn't laughing. It was walking straight toward him,